All right, so today I wanted to look at one of my old mocks. I think it's the first mock I've ever taken a picture of and recorded, and also one of the first mocks I ever made a specific pick a brick order for online. And the mock is based off of Order 66, scene from season 7 of the Clone Wars, and it's got four different, I guess, vignettes depicting different parts of the Venator that Ahsoka and Maul were trapped on during the events of Order 66. But yeah, we'll hop right into it. So the first picture that you can see is the upstairs hallway, and that door that these clones are gathered around is the door to the medical bay. Some fun details. I used the spring-loaded shooters as kind of like texture for the door, make it look a little more detailed. And then I really was proud of these lights, I guess, oval lights that I was able to achieve using some snot techniques. And I used the kind of half circle 1x1 curved plates to give it kind of that curved effect with the shadowing. I think it came out really good. Of course, at this time, they hadn't. When I made this, it was back in 2021, I believe. And so they only had one set with the Ahsoka troopers, and so I only have the one right there, as you can see. But yeah, so that's the first picture. Had some kind of neat techniques going into connecting this top portion entirely to the bottom, but we can talk about that a little bit later. But we'll go to the next picture. So the next picture depicts the lower level. This is kind of the prison level. You see, I didn't have shock troopers at the time, right? I do now, so maybe one day I'll remake this mock. Comment down below if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. Just an updated version of this mock I made 5 years ago or so. But anyway, so back to the figures. These figures are the jet troopers from the 501st Battle Pack. This was around the time that originally came out, and by the time I finally got my hands on it. And so right there I have them kind of depicted on the ground. This little green button, right, is there, just indicating that that door is open. And you can see in there the sarcophagus, I guess, that Maul was entrapped in from the Mandalorians. I was really happy with these angles. All of the side paneling right here, other than the laser gate itself, was made upside down because I didn't have the inverted slopes for this, so I just built it entirely upside down to account for that. I think it came out pretty good. I like the texturing and the grates on the floors, and I like the shape of the door. It's pretty accurate to what you see across Veneers in the Clone Wars. So this is another shot, just giving you an interior of Maul's little cage slash sarcophagus. Nothing too crazy there. And then just a couple close-up shots. This is of the front. Right here you can see it's a little blurry, but I've got him holding a lightsaber hilt, kind of that slicer tool, I guess, in trying to open the door as the droids are fighting from the other side in the medical bay. Right here is on the flip side, the backwards bottom floor of the mock. So this depicts where Maul is using the Force, holding these parts of the wall, right? And then he'd already thrown one, which cut this brutally cut this clone in half. I got some blood splattering down there. And then I'm depicting the scene where the one clone trooper's arm gets pinched off with the comm link, right? That's why he did it. And I think it was pretty fun. I don't know if I probably have a picture of the angle of this door, but it's not the best door, but I think it came across. Again, I'm in love with how I did these lights. I think they look so good, so fantastic. But that's my biased opinion, of course. But we'll go to the next page. So this is our first shot I have of the medical bay. So a few things. I got this little droid right here. It's that little medical droid that helped try to find the inhibitor chip within Captain Rex's head. And then I've got kind of some ragtag custom, I guess, um, droids, astromech droids. So like this is R7, I believe, Ahsoka's droid, but it's made out of Plo Koon's little droid plus the little droid head you get from the X-wing microfighter. And this is supposed to be just one of those other droids. And there's another one here. And then over to this side, you can't see very well, but that's supposed to mimic the. There's kind of like a heads-up display on the side of like the ship and whatnot. But yeah, we'll go to the next page. This is another angle of Maul and his terror in the lower levels. I also like the lighting, kind of lights him up in the wall, but kind of makes it shadowy. He's the Lord of Shadows in a way, right? And then I've got this minifigure accessory piece, kind of got that dark force aura to it, right? It's not accurate per se, but I think it looks good. Again, this was like 5-6 years ago that I made this MOC and took pictures, and so a lot of it I think I could definitely do better with both the pieces I have, the minifigures I have especially, and the skill I've hopefully obtained. But at the point of me taking these pictures, this was like peak MOC building for me. But here's another angle of the door, kind of shut. But yeah. All right, so that's another front angle, a little more zoomed in of Maul in the hallway. There we go. We got the other side. This guy's trying to help his comrade right here. But of course, as we know, his arm gets pinched off nonetheless. Kind of gruesome. Another shot of the guy who got cut in half. And then this is what the door's out. The lighting's not great, but you can see Maul's yellow eyes there. This is the good Maul, right, before they took out the pupils. But yeah, another shot of that. Alright, so this is some of the Easter eggs. I decided to use the prison bay as a source of Easter eggs and such. So right here, I made a MOC series, right, where I made different MOCs for, I call them the Sad Batch. It's kind of a joke, but I didn't come up with a better name. But it's, I had the Kashyyyk Trooper Battle Pack, but I'm missing one of the guy's helmets. And so what I did is I made him into a custom Jedi that I really like in clone armor. And so I've got him imprisoned here. He's got his shield and his super fun lightsaber with the spike on the end. But here's another angle. There you can see in the back a little bit where that Venator display would have been, right, if this had a sticker detail or whatever. Right, and then there's my kind of pseudo-custom Commander Captain Rex, right? Not the greatest, but I just used 501st legs, an old clone body, some blue arms, the old pauldron pieces, and just a generic clone helmet head. And then that's just another astromech that you see in the scene. Again, kind of a top-down display. I was actually pretty happy with this medical bed. If we go back, I have it levitating, and the way I did that was I used one of those, like, there's those plates with the horizontal thing in the middle with the studs and the anti-studs on each side. And I used that to kind of levitate it as it should be, but I think it came out pretty good. Again, I honestly kind of want to remake this, but let me know if that's something you want down in the comments. Lastly, I did put lights in this. I bought lights. Actually, no, I didn't. I did not put lights in this, my bad. So actually, I'm just sending a flashlight in there to kind of get that glowing look. If you can see, there's a little Easter egg in there. There's a little bit of a minifigure hand there, a face, and this round thing. Wonder what that could be. There it is. So I made a bathtub, and I had this guy, and I just put him in there. So there's a bathtub down in the dungeons. He's, washing up. Again, another shot of the lower floors. And lastly, this is the final picture I have, but this is all the figures I used in the MOC, more or less. There's, the 501st guy with the missing arm, the guy in the bathtub, the guy who's cut in half, the other 501sts, my only Ahsoka trooper at the filming of this video, which or sorry, the not the filming, but the making of this mock. Now I have quite a few, so I might remake it. But yep, and then the other figures and such. But yeah, I think that's it. So let me know what y'all think down in the comments down below. Let me know if this style of video is something you're interested in. I do have a large backlog of just pictures I have and a few time lapses from mocks I made over the past 5 years. I had a few years where I wasn't at home, and so I didn't have access to my collection. But yeah, be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get up there, hit some goals that I have. I'm going for 50 subscribers now. We hit 20, so thank you for everyone who has subscribed and supported to at this point. And until next time, have a good one.